All right, we're about to take a journey into one of the most private, most fascinating places in the entire universe, the inside of your own head. And we're going to ask a question that seems super simple on the surface, but, well, the answer is anything but. Seriously, just take a second, pause and listen. Is there a voice in there, a narrator? Are you kind of hearing my words, but also thinking your own thoughts in your own voice at the same time? For a lot of us, the answer is a big, loud yes.
Yeah, that probably sounds about right, doesn't it? It's that inner speech, that internal monologue we use for everything. Rehearsing a tough conversation, reading a book, or just trying to decide what to eat for dinner. It feels so constant, so normal, that we just assume everyone thinks this way. But what if I told you that's completely wrong? That's right. For some people, there's no inner voice, no narrator, just quiet. And this isn't an absence of thought. Oh no, it's a totally different way of experiencing thought. And this one idea is basically rewriting everything we thought we knew about human consciousness. It turns out our inner world isn't some one-size-fits-all experience. Not at all. It's a huge, vast spectrum. So if not everyone has that little voice in their head, then how on earth do different people think? So, on one end of the spectrum, you've got your verbal thinkers. That's the classic inner monologue we've been talking about. But way over on the other end, you have abstract or visual thinkers. These folks process ideas as pure concepts, or feelings, or images, making these lightning-fast connections without ever needing to form words first. And this analogy, a computer with no monitor, that is just brilliant. Think about it. All the processing is happening, all the data is flying around, but there's no screen, no speaker outputting it into words or pictures. It's just pure, direct thinking. It's like a completely different operating system for your brain. And here's where it gets really wild. This data just completely flips our assumptions on their head. A pioneering researcher named Russell Hurlburt found that even for people who do have an inner monologue, it only makes up about a quarter of their thinking time. The other 75%? It's a mix of other stuff. Raw concepts, emotions, just vibes. Turns out, we're all way more abstract in our thinking than we even realize. Okay, so we've talked about the software, the different ways we experience our thoughts, but what about the hardware? Let's take a look under the hood at the physical brain that makes all of this happen. So the brain's hardware basically has two main parts. First, you've got gray matter. Think of this stuff as the powerful processing centers, like the big cities where all the actual thinking and interpreting is going on. Then you've got the white matter, which acts like a massive network of information highways connecting all those cities together. And within that structure, different neighborhoods specialize in the heavy lifting. You've got areas for reasoning, for speech, for your personality itself. It is an unbelievably complex network, which of course brings us to a really important question. How does this physical wiring connect to the actual stuff we think about? Right, how does this physical wiring, this unique map of gray and white matter in your head, actually connect to the unique content of your thoughts? For the longest time, this was a complete mystery. But a groundbreaking new study is finally starting to give us some real answers. In this landmark 2025 study, researchers went all in on this question. They took hundreds of brain scans from over 160 people. And they weren't just looking at the brain's activity, they were actually asking people to tell them in real time exactly what was on their mind. So they were basically comparing two big sets of data while people were just chilling out, letting their minds wander. On one side, they mapped out each person's unique brain wiring, what scientists call resting state functional connectivity. It's like a blueprint of how your brain's different parts talk to each other. And on the other side, they recorded the thought content, the actual words, images, and feelings that people were experiencing. And here is the big reveal. The study found a direct, measurable link between a person's unique brain wiring and their unique thought patterns. For instance, they found that certain patterns of brain connectivity were directly associated with having negative or intrusive thoughts. So it seems our minds are a direct reflection of our brain's physical structure. But just how strong is this link? Get this. The researchers found that what a person was thinking could explain the relationship between their brain wiring and their behavior for 45 out of 63 different behavioral traits. That is a massive connection. It's not just random noise going on in our heads, it's a deeply meaningful signal. So, okay, we all think differently, our brains are wired differently. That's cool, it's fascinating science, but why does it matter right now, today? Well, it turns out understanding all of this is actually crucial for navigating the world we're all living in. I love this quote from mathematician Po Shen Lo because it just perfectly captures the shift we're in. For For centuries, education was all about learning how to do the homework, learning the steps, the procedures, but now we literally have tools that can do the homework for us. I mean, think about it. When any of us can just ask an AI for an answer, the value isn't in finding the answer anymore. Our real value now is in grading the homework, critically analyzing what the AI gives us, solving problems it can't, and coming up with truly original human ideas. And that requires a deep understanding of how we think. So how do we actually do that? How do we thrive now? Well, first, we gotta practice mental flexibility. Tackle problems you've never seen before. Second, we need to embrace this cognitive diversity. The person sitting next to you might literally have a silent mind. Their approach is going to be fundamentally different, and that's incredibly valuable. And third, we create real value by mashing these different perspectives together to come up with something brand new. You see, understanding this incredible diversity of human thought isn't just a cool piece of trivia, it's a key. It's the recognition that the verbal thinkers, the visualizers, the abstract processors, we all bring something unique to the table. So the real question is, now that you know this, what can you build? What can you create? What problem can you solve by unlocking all these different worlds?